Man, look at this shit. The water emergency in California, yeah, it's pretty freaking serious. And and there are communities that are running dry because their wells are screwed up. And who's going to suffer the most and first? It's the people who can't look out for themselves. They can't plan. They can't do shit. For example,
one town where water is already in dangerously short supply.
In California's relentless drought, Porterville is ground zero, a small town in the state's Central Valley where an entire neighborhood is without running water.
What's it like for you when you turn on that faucet and no water comes out?
It's very scary. Very, very scary.
The faucets in Kayla Hobbs' house stopped working last month after the well in her backyard dried out.
Last month? And she's still carrying frickin' water bottles? Man, if she had any frickin' clue, she would have a little water tank in the back of her trunk, and she would just drive wherever she needed to go to fill it up, and then come back to her house and use a small water pump like the one I have in my garage to pressurize the house's water system. But she is completely unable to even do that. And so she's still carrying water after a frickin' month. Where is her husband? Where is the guy who impregnated her to pop out that frickin' son that she's blathering about? Where is he? She threw his ass out. That's where he is. And or she just fucked the the nearest felon so that she could pop out that baby for a welfare check. And people like this, they are going to be dangerous. Well, this ugly freaking disgusting thing, she's probably not dangerous to anybody, but if she had like an angry 13-year-old son or 15 or something, that son could be freaking dangerous to a lot of people. And if you're and it's wise as things get worse, in the economy and all that, and we start having supply disruptions, electricity and water failures. It's wise to start having some means of self-defense and make some plans on how to defend yourself. If you don't have a gun, I might suggest, if you're in a country that doesn't violate your right to self-defense, like maybe the UK and places like that, see about getting some classes and getting a pistol. A small, any little pistol would probably help a lot. For example, and if you're armed, you can even help other people, because remember in New York during that Hurricane Sandy, we had this guy who was in his house and the power was out and the hurricane was blasting, right? And this clueless frickin' idiot like this woman and her two frickin' offspring were with her, and she drove into a big thing with water and had to flee her car, and the hurricane was blowing hard and rain and everything, and she was pounding on the door to try to get in. But in New York, that area, the government violates your right to defend yourself. So the only thing, so he wasn't able to have a gun. So the only thing he was able to do to protect himself, because as far as he knew, there was like a gang on the other side of that door. The only thing he had to protect himself with was that door. So, but if he had a gun, he could have answered the door, and if the person was non-threatening, he could have offered them hospitality while the hurricane was blowing. But since he wasn't able to, because he was disarmed by government force, he was forced to keep that door closed, and then the woman and her kids basically blew away in the hurricane and ended up being found dead drowned out in the storm. So that, and I don't blame the guy a bit. If you can't protect yourself, you've got to be able to. You got to have, the only thing that'll protect you is a stout door. But basically, these clueless people like them, they're going to be a threat when shit starts to get real. Check this out. Ugh. Oh, let me step up and take care of this. Yeah, right. Oh, I just can't wait. Here's another one. Clueless frickin' drone.
It's awful.
Mary Mejia's family survives on water from this tank delivered by the county. Their well ran dry 3 months ago.
3 months ago! And she has this giant tote of waters provided by the county, and she hasn't rigged up anything to bring that water into the house. What a fucking retard. And of course, she has her little freaking
Every night we take a bucket of this
offspring.
and each of the girls take a shower with one bucket. And you would never believe you're going to be living out of a water tank.
Boo friggin' who? When you rely on the taxpayers, they're going to fail you. Completely freaking clueless. These people, they're going to be dangerous when shit gets real. Oh well, rant over.